Hey, what's up, everybody? This is JD. I'm going to do a real quick run through of the brand new sports app FireFan that's already got tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of players that have downloaded and are having a great time. And I'm going to give you an inside look right now on what's going on. So, on the bottom right, you'll see the little button there that says FireFan. I'm going to click on that, and it takes me to my menu. Or my back office, my dashboard, whatever you want to call it, as a player. Okay. Um, Starting across the top, you'll see it says JD Sports. That is my username, and then it's got my full name. You can decide whether you want it to show your username or your full name or both. I have no problems with showing both. Then you can put in your picture. That's actually a picture of me at the Patriots game in my Randy Moss jersey. That was actually Randy Moss's last game against the Buffalo Bills. Last game as a Patriot, and it was against the Buffalo Bills. He scored a touchdown in the same end zone that I was actually sitting in, the stands I was sitting in. So I thought that was pretty cool. So now, looking across, you can edit, you can change your name, you can change your username, whatever it is that you want to do there. I'm not going to go to my back office because it does show my emails and stuff like that, and I don't want to get bombarded with emails. So it shows how many points I've already got, 3,965. I am second team bronze. You start out with like freshman bronze or something like that, or newbie. I think it is. I think the rank is newbie, and then you can move up. I've already gone through the freshman ranks, and I'm now on second team bronze. And the app's only been out a couple weeks, so I am, as they say, killing it. You can also go into this stuff is all clickable. You can actually go in and click on the followers. I'm clicking on the 389 followers. So you can actually go in, because if people are following you, hey, do the courtesy and follow them back. I have followed everybody that has followed me. All right. So, and then some. All right. And then I'll go back to it, and then you can actually go in and you can see all the people that you are following. All right. So get out of that. Go back in. Okay. Now, you'll see a few different sections here. You see upcoming games, my leagues I manage. Oops, yeah, that go back. Leagues I manage, as well as my favorites. You'll see all the sports that I like, and my favorite team is the Patriots. I know. I know you see the Raven symbol up here, but there's an explanation for that. I'll tell you in a second. So, upcoming games. Basically, it shows what games I am looking at playing this weekend. I have already set up and entered to play this weekend, depending on the league. All right. So you'll see that I got a ton of games in there, upcoming games. If I click on one, let's say Pittsburgh Buffalo, I can go in and I can actually see that I've already made my pregame picks. There's pregame selections that you make, and then there's in-game selections. All pregame selections, by the way, are free. So you can go and you can earn your points without spending any tokens at all by doing pregame selections on all of the NFL games, and that's one of the ways that I have racked up so many points, because I'll go into every game pregame, and I'll knock that out, and I'll show you how to do that here in a second. Then you go into my leagues; those are leagues that I am part of. Okay, and then you go into leagues I manage. I actually manage 3 different leagues. For example, East Valley Ravens is actually a semi-pro football team out here that I help coach, along with some other stuff. So I created a league just for them and their followers, but it is a public league, so you can actually go ahead and jump in if you want to play against us. Go into the leaderboard. You can see I play quite a bit. Katie's doing very well. Billy Hinchy, an old friend of mine, is doing very good. Mason, Mike, Rhonda, Nicole, Renee, David, Victor, everybody that's in here playing and just having fun. So we'll go back, and what we'll do is we will go ahead and click on, which one do I want to do? I've already made all the pregame selections for these. So what I will do, just so I can give you a heads up, is I'm going to go ahead and I am going to create a new game in my league. So I'll go into the Ravens. I'll click Manage, Games, and then one other game that I might want to watch for the early going. I think the Eagles and the Washington Redskins will be a good game. I don't think the Niners and the Jets are going to be a good game. They might as well just do a coin toss. So let's see. I'll do the Eagles because I want to show you what this looks like when we go in. So I'll update it. You can click game name and you can actually select as well how many people you want in each game. But I'll take on anybody, so it doesn't matter to me. So Eagles versus the Redskins. It says 6 tokens to join the game, as you can see right there. In the leagues, it's 6 tokens. If you just play individual games outside of leagues, I believe it's only 3 tokens to play the full game. So I'm going to click join game, right, because I've got the tokens. And as soon as you go in, it says pregame up here around the top. Pregame picks available. It's kind of hard to miss because it's big and green and it's ugly. So and that's a good thing for a button. If you want somebody to click on a button, by the way, little network marketing advice, make it an ugly button, so that way they'll see it. It stands out. How many receiving yards will Washington running backs total? I'm going to say 50 to 100. How many combined rushing and receiving yards will Ryan Matthews total tonight? Isn't he hurt? I think he might be. I'm not sure. I have to check. If he's a game time decision, I'm going to say under. You know what? I'll say 51 to 100. Which team will have more passing yards in the game? I'm going to say Washington. Yeah, I'm going to say Washington. Which team's quarterback will be sacked first? I'm going to say Philly. Which team will jump off sides first? I will say Philly. Will the game go into overtime? Hopefully not. I hate overtime games. Obviously, you saw there's a huge point value. It's 130 points if you said yes. I said no. Who will win? But I think Philly's going to pull it off. I think it's going to be close. Will Kirk Cousins throw 2 or more touchdowns? I'm going to say yes. Will Jordan Matthews catch at least 5 passes? He is a prime target for Wentz, so I'm going to say yes. How many rushing attempts will Redskins running back Robert Kelly have? I'm going to say 11 to 16. All right. And then you'll be able to go in and you'll actually be able to see, so you'll know what to look for when the game starts. There are no first drive questions, so you don't have to worry about missing the first drive. They give people time to settle in, but you will have second drive questions and questions all the way through, with the exception of the first drive of the second half, because, again, they want to give people time to come back and settle in. So they don't want anybody getting an advantage for coming back, or having a disadvantage for coming back from the bathroom late halftime. So when it's ready, what you do is you'll click play in the top left, and then you'll be able to actually see the screen. Now, I want to show you what this looks like once you actually start making picks. All right, so we'll go into play. This is the Raiders-Chiefs game that just happened. It was a great game. Not as good offensively as I thought it would be, but it was a pretty good game. So you'll see here, this is what it's going to look like. It will throw these results on the screen seconds after they actually happen. So you'll actually be able to see, what happened, how many yards they get. So, for example, for this one right here that I'm looking at, if one of the questions was, will they gain 4 yards or more on the first play of the game? When people say yes, some people say no, or the first play of the drive, you can see here he got 8 yards, so you would have gotten the points for that if you would have said yes, and you wouldn't have gotten any points if you would have said no. How am I doing on time here? 8.5 minutes. All right, so that'll throw, you'll get questions left and right, and I'm actually going to show you kind of what they look like. All right, I'm trying to find one I did actually pretty good on. Here's one that I got 25 total points on one drive. Is the 11th drive. I said, will the defense jump off sides on a drive? I said no, they actually did, and I didn't get any points for that. Will there be 4 more completed passes on this drive? I said yes, and there was. Will the first play of the drive? There's one of those questions. Will the first play of the drive gain at least 4 yards? I put yes. I got 5 points for that. And then I'll ask you, how will the drive end? Touchdown, field goal, punt, other downs, whatever the case may be. Turnover. So I picked touchdown, and there was a touchdown. I actually picked touchdown a lot in this game and didn't get it. I did there for the 9th drive. Picked field goal there, didn't happen. Picked field goal there. I think they got a touchdown. Picked touchdown there. I think they punted. Yeah, so early on in the game, it was real hard going for me. I was getting a lot wrong. But I did pick it up, obviously, here in the end of the first half and the second half. So that's basically how it will look when you go ahead and do that. So let me take you now into some of the other. I've got about 4 minutes. So let's go into social. In social, you'll actually be able to go in and comment and write comments. Team Urlacher, that's actually Brian Urlacher. And I'm going to show you some of the stuff here in a second about some of these celebrities and current and former athletes that are actually in this game playing along with you. I'll be playing the Chicago versus Detroit and Dallas versus New York Giants game. So if you go in and play this week, you can actually go into Team Urlacher's league, join his league, and play against him. So if you're a Chicago fan, you can actually play against Brian Urlacher. And I'll actually show you here in a second if we have time, because I got to keep this under 15 minutes. And I think I'm at 11 minutes now. So you can go in, you can like, you can dislike, and you can comment there. So let's go back to it now. Go to connect. Thank God this is fast. MVPs, this is where you'll start seeing Brian Urlacher and Randy Lewis, Johnny Rogers, and George Gervin, and Patrick Surtain. Let's see some more here. Kurt Schilling, Trick Daddy, Nick Lowry, Demaryius Thomas from the Broncos, he's up in here. Cecil Fielder's in here. Vinny Testaverde, Deshaun Jackson, Kevin Garnett. I mean, just look. Santana Moss. I like Santana Moss. And you can actually see if they play and what the name of their leagues are. Okay, so you can see if you can join them and actually play against them. Warren Moon's already in here. Ryan Lochte had the incident with the Olympics, but still one hell of an athlete. Manny Pacquiao is in here. And it just goes on and on and on and on. Excuse me. I wish I had more time to actually show you all of them, but I don't. Contacts is actually your friends, and you can actually add, give access to FireFan to your contacts so they can actually show you which one of your friends are actually playing. And then Discover gives you the opportunity to go ahead and actually search for people like me, Jeff Demers, and there. Okay, so now, National Football League. Again, if you click on National Football League, this allows you to go in and see results, but at the same time, you can go in and do your pregame picks for any game that you want. You see, I just clicked on the Vikings and the Jags. Pre-game picks, again, are free. It costs tokens. You can see there below, it costs 6 tokens to actually play in a league. Major League Soccer, the MLS season is actually over, so there are no games to play there. I think they played the championship today. And that's pretty much about it. The only other thing is download, if you want to play, you got to download this from the App Store or Google Play. And you can go ahead and it'll ask you for a player code. Now, the player code for you to actually play, well, you can go in, you can get some free tokens to play, and I'll get some free tokens as well. You go ahead and put in the player code JD Sports, just like my username, JD Sports. And it can be all caps, it can be all lowercase, doesn't matter. JD Sports comes to me. Okay? That means I get some free tokens for you getting free tokens to play. All right? So, hey, hook me up so I can play some more. As you can see, I do have plenty of tokens so far, but I do like to share tokens as well with my friends so that I can make sure that they play. So, hey, if you come in and give me some free tokens, maybe I'll turn around and I will share some tokens with you when you start to get low. So, that's about it. I mean, pretty much it. Your favorites, you'll actually be able to set up your favorites when you set up your profile and your username and your password and all that after you download it. Again, one more time, when you go in, use player code JD Sports to play and come and take me on. I accept all challenges, all challengers. So that's about it. That's FireFan for you in 15 minutes or less. It took me 4 tries to actually do this walkthrough fast enough to get it under 15 minutes, so I don't have to trim the video now, and I can just post it to my YouTube channel. So, hey, thanks for following. Don't forget to listen to my podcast, The SV, on the Heroes Media Group Network, the sports podcast that I have. I'll also be talking about FireFan and giving shout-outs to anybody that beats me, which has not happened yet. So thank you for your time. Have a great weekend. Let's have some fun watching some football and playing some FireFan this weekend. Take care.